Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandana, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how does one stop accumulating more karma and what can one do to be free of this karma. Now it is important to understand that this is not such an easy task. It's not so easy to get out of the grip and the clutches of Mahamaya, but still there are certain steps that can help us evolve at a lot faster pace, and as well not accumulate any, definitely not bad karma. Good karma is still okay, but how do we snap out of this bondage, right? So the first step in accelerating your spiritual growth is to practice kriya. It is very good if you have had an initiation from a proper lineage where the source is revealed to you. Three generations of spiritual lineage is revealed to you. Nowadays there are a lot of people that are talking about kriya and referring Mahavatar Babaji without giving the proper spiritual lineage, or saying that I don't know who my guru was, I don't know his name, this that. So please be careful of falling into these kind of pits and traps. Okay, so you can try and see the authenticity of the person who is initiating you into kriya yoga. Now what kriya yoga does is it loosens that glue that you have, which is what the karma sticks to. Okay, that is the easiest and simplest way that I can put it forward. I am not an authority on kriya yoga, but I do practice kriya yoga myself as well, which is why I'm telling you this. And if you want any other references, you can always read autobiography of a yogi, accounts of Lahiri Mahashay, books by Shri M. Also, so these are, Mahavatar Babaji and the 18 Yoga Siddha Paths. So these are all reference books that you can read where it does state that Kriya Yoga is a way to accelerate your evolution, and and it helps you understand and free yourself of the karma. So the glue that is so, like, you're like the feviquick is all around you, which is why the karma is stuck to you so heavily. So that's one thing it does. It accelerates your spiritual growth. And the other thing is, if there's any other muck on you, like spiritual muck, all that starts washing away, allowing you to slowly and gradually peel off the layers between you and the divine that is residing within yourself, right? So with whatever is my limited understanding, I'm bringing this out to you, and I'll probably do another more extensive video on kriya yoga, also giving you a lot more insights about it. So that is the first way, the first step you can take towards accelerating this entire process is by practicing kriya yoga every day. Okay, the second way to kind of stop accumulating karma is to understand, or rather I would say, use this phrase, not me, not mine, right? So when you understand that whatever you are doing is not actually you, the divine is working through you, and what somebody else is also doing, the divine is working through them also. So that is irrespective of whether somebody gives you a bouquet of flowers, or throws a stone at you, or screams an abuse towards you, or anything, right? When you have this understanding, when you stop attaching yourself, your identity, your sense of I, okay, into every situation, then also what happens is the strength of that glue starts weakening, and you don't accumulate as much karma as you would. Okay, now the third point that I want to say is that when you become a channel of the divine, and when you become a facilitator of the divine will, now the second and the third point do overlap. okay, in the sense that when you say not me, not mine, and you have this understanding and acceptance that, you know, there is a higher power that is not only functioning through you but is functioning through everybody. When you have that understanding and acceptance, and when you start praying to the divine, saying, you know, please make me a channel, use me to carry out your divine will. Okay, when you start doing that also is when you don't accumulate unnecessary karma in your lifetime. Okay, so when you have this consciousness, you should try to practice it. Now I'll give you a simple example of being a channel or being a facilitator or being even a trigger at times, but you are completely in alignment with the will of the divine. So a lot of you would have seen Narad Muni in a lot of Hindi mythological serials. You know, he's this guy that goes clacking, you know, those wooden things and says Narayan, Narayan, and he's Narayan's greatest bhakt also, right? And he has that musical instrument in his hand. And often you see, whenever a big event is supposed to occur in the universe, you know, it could be whether, you know, making sure that Ram goes for Vanvas, therefore he can kill Ravan, or any kind of these very major events that are to take place, you know, through the passage of time. You see, sometimes Narad Muni would have gone and he would have had a conversation with a certain deity or, you know, the king or somebody, you know. So what he is doing is he is facilitating or triggering the person in such a way so that it leads to a set of events, you know, like a domino effect, so that you know, the prophecy is carried out, so that what was meant to be carried out is happening. So when you, this is just an example for you to understand, you know, because I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this example easily. When you become a facilitator, when you become a channel, when you become even a trigger, right? Because you are now functioning wholly on the will of the divine. There is no your will, your opinion, your judgment, your conditioning. None of all that is happening. And believe me, this takes a little bit of time. But if you can start practicing it on a smaller scale, with smaller things, you know, and you kind of let go of the control, that is when the karma gets washed away. Because what will happen is, once when you let go of control, you are not creating karma on your own. Okay, the second thing is, when you accept whatever is happening to you also, you go through the karma and the karma washes away. There is no carry forward. There are no more carry forward lessons that happen, which result in that whole karma of yours, you know, negative karma or any kind of karma, it starts reducing in your life. And then after a point, you feel like, okay, you feel that, you know, significant change in your life. Now, although this is not going to be something that will happen overnight with you, it didn't happen overnight with me either. It takes time and it takes practice to practice this philosophy and bring it into your everyday action and your everyday thinking. Okay, and also to practice your kriya. You know, anybody who got any kind of enlightenment started exactly where you and I are. Okay, nobody was born with all of it. Everybody had a starting point somewhere. So you don't have to feel like, oh, is it too late? Am I too old to do this now? Have I missed the bus? You don't have to have all these things. But if you keep these 3 points in mind, and you practice them with some sincerity and some awareness, you will see after a few years that there is going to be a certain change in the very essence of your being and the way you are responding and interacting with nature and life itself. Right? So that's all I had for you today. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Namaste.